Hey everyone, how y'all doing? Thought I'd do a 3-week update on Spyderco Salt 2. I skipped the 2-week update. Really wasn't much to report new from week 1, but for week 3, after 3 weeks, I did make a minor modification to it, and I've sharpened it. It needed touching up. It wasn't dull by any means, but yeah, so I'm going to carry this one more week along with my Opinel number 8, because I'm starting August 1st, which is tomorrow, trying to EDC the Opinel for a month, and this will be my backup blade in case I run into something the Opinel can't handle. I'll have this, and I'll probably carry, a different knife as a backup for the duration, just in case the Opinel breaks or it doesn't handle the job. It's not robust enough or something like that. But yeah, I'll do another video kicking off the 1 month EDC in the Opinel. But on the Salt 2, I have to admit, I like it. I have no real issues with it. It's done a great job. It's held, shaking the table, sorry. It's held its edge good. It was getting a little bit dull. If you did a paper test, you could feel it catching, dragging. So I did sharpen it. Talk more about that in a minute. But overall, the handle is basically the Delica 4. The blade is different. Has a sheep's foot tip to it. The Spidey hole is bigger, and this thumb ramp is a little steeper. And yeah, other than that, I mean, the handle is like a Delica, and it's not too bad. Not bad at all. Now, talk about ergos. No real issues, honestly. It is a little bit small, thin feeling for me, although it's not much different than like the Benchmade 940s. Really slender, and I love that. So this isn't too bad. That thumb ramp is a little steep. Sometimes that would jam my thumb. And this pocket clip, I kept the standard stock pocket clip on it for 3 weeks. For the most part, using it doesn't bother me at all. Messing around, holding it and stuff, I notice that tip more than in actual use. A couple times it started to irritate me a little bit. Just that tip. That was back a little bit. It'd be excellent. I guess I did not mind not having a deep carry knife. For the most part, it was actually kind of nice. It was easy to pull out of the pocket. The only thing I can say is, it's bright green, and you got about that much sticking out, so it's definitely noticeable. But I had no issues with that. Nobody said anything at work or in public or anything. But yeah, ergo's pretty good. The other thing is, it's very lightweight. It's under 2 ounces. I can't remember now. 1.9 ounces. Super light for the FR and scales. And the Salt 2 has no liners, no bushings in the pivot, and it's the super light. You really do forget you're carrying it, so that's great. I got gym shorts on right now. Carry in my pocket, doesn't weigh my shorts down or anything. If I carry my phone in my pocket, my shorts about fall off. I gotta make sure the string's tight, so this, no issues carrying it. Yeah, action, you know, it's broken in some. It's easier to close one-handed. It's easier to flick open. There's absolutely no play in it. None. No side to side, no lock rock. But yeah, most times I just go like that, and bam. I have no issues with lock back. It's solid. I'm used to lockbacks now, so that's not an issue. Like I said, can actually flick it out a little easier, and it closes easier than it did. Yeah, wear and tear on this been pretty good. Couple marks. Actually, that's a bunch of gunk from work on it. Pocket clip's holding up good. Got a little bit of wear right on the screw there. You look at these, you can see a wear mark on the pivot, and on this, where the black coating's worn off, that's after 3 weeks. So the coating on the hardware could be better. I don't know how it's coated. Other than that, the FRN, you know, super strong. I have no issues with FRN. As you know, if you watch my channel, super grippy. I like the material. I like the bi-directional texturing on this. This jimping up here. I mean, very grippy knife, which is good if you're using this around water. Obviously you want a knife you're not going to drop. And yeah, being bright green, that does show grime. You can see some around the logo here, the spots. I have washed it, cleaned it. I've had to do that more than any other FRN knife I have, just because of the color, and it shows dirt. You get stuff caked in the bi-directional pattern here. So that's one thing, but hey, with the LC200N steel that is virtually almost rust resistant, all you have to do is put this underneath the faucet, take your scrubby brush for your dishes, and clean it. I mean, super easy. I've done that a couple times, and I didn't dry it off. I didn't even dry it off. Had it soapy and wet, and closed it up, sat down, let it air dry, and virtually there's nothing. No corrosion, no little rust spots that I can see anywhere. Now, I have not tore this apart. That's one thing I haven't done, is tear it apart, but guess it's not too hard. From what I've seen, putting a locking bar back in is kind of goofy because the springs on one side. I don't know. I'll do that someday. Let you know how that goes. Maybe I'll record it, because you know, every time I record a disassembly or something, I screw something up. But yeah, overall, it's been a great knife. Like I said, it's got the LC200N steel. I can get the focus right there, which is highly corrosion resistant, holds a good edge. Like I said, I did sharpen it. It was getting a little bit dull, but not too bad. I just sharpened it a few minutes ago before starting this video, and show you, did a pretty good job. I say so myself. That's pretty smooth, and it was pretty easy. Now, what I used was the Work Sharp Precision Adjust Sharpener, $50. This is a basic kit. I don't have the expansion, you know, the extra stones. And what I did, this has 320 grit, 600 grit, and a ceramic stone. So I use 600. I clamped the knife in here, and I did 15 passes for the length each way. On one side, flipped it, did 15 more. Then I flipped it, and I did 5. Flipped it, did another 5. And then I swapped to the ceramic stone, and I did 10 passes, you know, each side. Ran it on my strop, 10 times on each side. And yeah, it'll shave hair off my hand. Nice and smooth, clean, so easy to sharpen. But like I said, it wasn't exactly dull. Really did not need sharpening. One reason is the geometry on this. I'm shaking the camera. I did the Sharpie trick. I took a Sharpie and I colored the bevel, and I started on 20, then I went down to 17, and I ended up on 15 degrees. So I took the Sharpie off, so it's about 30 degrees per side, or 15 degrees per side, 30 degrees total. So it's super slicey all by itself. So as this goes dull, with such a low degree bevel there, it's gonna keep a good working edge. It's gonna be able to slice pretty good when this thing's pretty dull. So that's excellent. Like I said, it was easy. It took less than 10 minutes total, you know, coloring the bevel, figuring out the angle, sharpen it, way less than 10 minutes. Stropped it a few times, so that's excellent. I love the blade shape. It's a great utility blade. Find myself doing a lot of draw cuts naturally for what I do. This worked excellent. And yeah, I guess that's about it, man. If you want a Delica, but you want something a little different than a Delica 4, because I was going to buy a Delica 4 VG10, and then I saw these available, and I got this. Glad I did, because the LC200N is excellent, as far as I'm concerned. And I almost forgot to show you the one mod I did to it. I did put a sharpening choil in it, if I can get it to focus. Put a little sharpening choil right there, and that helped a lot. Helped a lot with this, to get right to the edge of the sharpening choil while scraping on this part. Now, I didn't do that good of a job on it. It's a little wonky. Actually, I went a little too far with it, too deep with it. I went up past the bevel. I wanted just to be at the edge of the upper edge of the bevel, but hey, it works. But also, you can catch that little. It's small, but you can still catch it. I haven't had an issue in real life use with anything catching it, but you know, paper testing, yeah, it can catch. So that's one thing. I know people A lot of people like putting a little choil in their Spydercos that don't have a forward finger choil. A lot of people don't like that. Think it's unnecessary. I like it. I like it for sharpening with this work sharp, and I haven't sharpened any of my whetstones yet, but I think that'll help. So I did it to the rest of my Spydercos, my Para 2 or my Para 3 lightweight, my Paramilitary 2, my Native 5 lightweight, my Urban. So the later, the last ones I did are a lot better. So I like that. I wish I did a better job on it, but I like having the sharpening choil. But yeah, guess that's it. Check these things out. I think it's an excellent knife. It does not feel cheap to me. I'm used to the FRN lightweight knives. Now, my son, he picked it up, opened it, looked at it, he goes, "That feels kind of cheap." I'm like, no, not to me it don't. It's a $125 knife. But some people hate FRN scales. They're gonna say it's cheap feeling, but I like it. And yeah, like I said, that's about it for this 3-week update. It's not really a review. It might be my review, to tell you the truth. But I'm going to carry this along with my Opinel number 8 walnut handle that I'm going to try to carry for the next 30 days, month of August. And this will be my backup for the next week. After that, I don't know, I'll just kind of randomly pick a knife just in case this doesn't hold up. It's not robust enough to do the job, or I break it, or whatever. I'll have something I know is capable of doing what I do. But yeah, stay on the lookout. I'm gonna do another video talking about this, what I'm doing. But guess that's it. Spyderco Salt 2 3-week update. Still like it. Do I love it? It's not my favorite Spyderco, but I like it. So, do the usual like, comment, subscribe, and until the next video, bye.